The midterm election season for 2022 is likely to start earlier than ever this time around. I was talking to our YouTube rep recently, and he said, expect interest in these 2022 midterms to start and to see more serious campaigning and interest on YouTube as early as spring of next year, rather than more like early summer. And there are some really good reasons why we would expect that. Not only are there increasingly interesting particular races to look at, including the Texas gubernatorial election where Beto O'Rourke is running, Pennsylvania Senate, we now have this quack cure promoter, Dr. Mehmet Oz. We also have John Fetterman running on the Democratic side. Okay, that's interesting. So we've got interesting races starting to fill the docket, but the stakes are extremely high in terms of who controls the House and Senate starting in January of 2023. And we could go through a long list of reasons that this is important, including to what degree Republicans will be able to stonewall anything Joe Biden tries to do. They've been partially stonewalling everything so far. They might completely stonewall everything if they take control of the House. But maybe just as importantly is the reality that the current Republican Party is wackier than it has ever been. And among their goals is this simmering idea of making Donald Trump Speaker of the House if they take control of the House of Representatives in November. Now, you might be saying, whoa, stop the clock, David. Trump isn't running for House. How could it be the Speaker? You may or may not know, one does not have to be a member of the House of Representatives to be Speaker of the House. I'll talk to Ro Khanna about this when we have him back on the show soon. The House can vote for anybody. If the House decides they want me to be Speaker of the House, I could be Speaker of the House. And starting months ago, there was this idea, which was mentioned on Steve Bannon's bizarre program, of installing Donald Trump as Speaker of the House, even without him being a member of the House of Representatives, impeaching Joe Biden, and then having Donald Trump preside over the vote to impeach Joe Biden in the House. Beleaguered radical Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz is really into this idea. Starting back in July, he started talking about, if we win in 22, we will make Donald Trump Speaker of the House. And at the time, it seemed that it might have just been a publicity ploy to fundraise, get attention, maybe raise money for his legal defense fund. But Matt Gaetz mentioned it again in August, and he mentioned it again yesterday. Senior White House correspondent for Yahoo News, Alexander Nazarian, published a tweet about this saying, quote, Matt Gaetz just told me at a press conference that if Republicans win the House in 22, he will move to install Trump as House Speaker. So there are really three questions here. Question one, is Matt Gaetz serious? He appears to be. Second question, would Republicans actually nominate Trump to be Speaker of the House if they took control? And the third question is, if nominated, would Republicans overall actually vote to make Donald Trump Speaker of the House? The answers to the first two questions are pretty simple. Matt Gaetz is serious, and I do think that Donald Trump would be nominated for Speaker of the House if Republicans take control in 2022. The third question is the key question. Just because Republicans take control and someone nominates Trump to be Speaker, do they really elect Trump to be Speaker of the House? Understand that it's an open question, not morally, but strategically. If Trumpists don't do particularly well in the November midterms, if Donald Trump's power within the party seems diminished, it's less likely that Republicans would be willing to do something so cartoonish. On the other hand, and particularly if Republicans take control of the House on the basis of many Trumpists winning new seats in the House, it is completely plausible that Republicans would be willing to make Trump Speaker of the House. And it would be one of the most cartoonish and pathetic circumstances in American politics in a very, very long time. Unfortunately, the combination of historical trends where the first midterm after a new president is usually bad for that party, meaning it would be bad for Democrats in November, combined with gerrymandering, combined with population shifts that might see Democrats losing a few seats just on that basis, it is looking more and more like Republicans are going to win the House in November. It's not a guarantee. And when I say that, I'm not saying it so that we do nothing. I'm saying it so that we don't throw in the towel and we actually fight for the House, because if we lose that House, it's going to be very, very bad for a long period of time.